What about the law of God? So what about God's Ten Commandment law? Some say it was done away with the cross, crucified with Jesus. Some say that we must keep it in order to go to heaven. I even heard somebody say that if you don't keep the commandments, God doesn't love you. Some say we keep the law because we love Jesus. So come, let us reason together from the Scriptures. For starters, the Ten Commandment law is God's covenant. It's His promise. It's His agreement with us. I'd like to read from Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 13. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 13. It says, "And He declared to you His covenant, which He commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments, and He wrote them upon tables of stone." So it says later in the Bible that He would never change His covenant. Psalms 89:34 says, "My covenant will I not break, nor alter the things that are gone out of my lips." The law, the Ten Commandment law, is recorded in Exodus 20, verses 1 to 17. It was Jesus who spoke these words. I would like to read that from Nehemiah chapter 9, verses 6 to 15. It says here, "You, even you, are Lord alone. You have made heaven and earth, the heaven and the heavens, with all their hosts, the earth, the things that are therein, the seas and all that is therein, and you preserve them all, and the host of heaven worships you. You are the Lord, the God who did choose Abram, and brought him forth from Ur of the Chaldees, and gave him the name of Abraham, and found his heart faithful before you, and made a covenant with him to give the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Jebusites, and the Girgashites, to give it, I say, to his seed. You have performed your words, for you are righteous, and did see the affliction of our fathers in Egypt, and heard their cry by the Red Sea, and showed signs and wonders upon Pharaoh, and all of his servants, and all the people of his land. For you knew that they dealt proudly against them. So did you get your name, as it is this day. And you did divide the sea before them, so that they went through the midst of the sea on dry land. And their persecutors, you threw them into the deeps, as a stone into the mighty waters. Moreover, you led them in the day by a cloudy pillar, and by night by a pillar of fire, to give them light in the way wherein they should go. You came down on Mount Sinai and spoke with them from heaven, and gave them right judgments and true laws, good statutes and commandments, and made known to them your holy Sabbath, and commanded them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Moses your servant, and gave them bread from heaven for their hunger, and brought forth water out for them out of the rocks for their thirst, and promised them that they should go in and possess the land which you swore to give them." So Jesus has always been the one who took care of his people, Old Testament and New Testament. I'd like to read now from 1 Corinthians chapter 10, where it talks about this God who was with Israel of old. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. It says, "Moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant how that our fathers were under the cloud and passed through the sea, and were baptized to Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat. They did all drink of the spiritual drink, and they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ." So Jesus is the lawgiver, if you compare the text that we have just read. The law is all about love. Perhaps the best definition of love in all the Bible is found in Romans chapter 13. Romans chapter 13, verses 8 to 10. Romans 13, verses 8 to 10. And here's what it says. Owe no man anything, but to love one another. For he that loves another hath fulfilled the law. For this, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not kill, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, you shall not covet. These are all from the Ten Commandments, aren't they? And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Love works no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. Jesus said, John 14:15, if you love me, keep my commandments. Jesus said he did not come to destroy the law, but he came to live them and magnify them. These quotations can be found in Matthew 5:17-19, in Isaiah 42:8 and 21, and Isaiah 33, verse 22. Faith in Jesus establishes the law, Romans 3:31. Pray for that love connection with Jesus. If you would like to know more about this, we would invite you to come and worship with us on Sabbath morning at 9:30, 777 Highway 92. We'd love to see you here. Thank you.